And we are back. Pokemon Diamond Hardcore Nuzlocke this time around. This will be the final installment in our Gen 4 runs when we're trying to hardcore Nuzlocke every single game from Gen 3 to Gen 6. We have beaten Pokemon Pearl, we have beaten Pokemon Platinum, we have beaten Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and that only leaves Pokemon Diamond for Generation 4. So I'm going to implement a few bans this time around just to make this final run a little bit more interesting. But other than that, it's just going to be a straightforward hardcore Nuzlocke. Without further ado, let's dive right in. All right, to make things a little bit more interesting, we're going to implement 6 bans on top of any pseudo and legendary Pokemon bans. So that means Staraptor, Gyarados, Gastrodon, Torterra, Bronzong, and Tentacruel. The entire team that I took to the Elite Four in my Pokemon Pearl run is off the table, and that is going to make this final run in Gen 4 with Pokemon Diamond very interesting. Let's dive right in. All right, for my Pokemon Platinum run, we went with the Chimchar, who actually died super early in the run, so we never got the Infernape, but that's okay. And then in our Pokemon Pearl run recently, we went with the Turtwig, and that means for this run, we are choosing the cute little penguin, and we are locking in the Piplup line. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I have never used Empoleon before. I am super excited. I'm really hoping we can get him there without losing him. I think that would be awesome. A water steel typing is super unique and fun. So let's kick the run off with Piplup and see who we get next on the menu. Our Route 201 encounter is gonna be the Bidoof, the beaver herself. We throw the Pokeball and secure it, and now we have a team of 2. Our Route 202 encounter is actually going to be Shinx with Intimidate, which is just fantastic. In my Pearl run, I got one with Rivalry, and it died very, very early in the run. So I'm going to try to keep our Electric Sphinx safe this run. And yeah, I'm very excited about this. Let's keep moving and see what our next first encounter prior to the first gym is going to be. So I thought we were going to fight our rival Barry here, but he just kind of pieces out. So I'm like, okay, if I remember correctly, you get 2 battles here against these little school kids, and he throws out the Abra. And for some reason, I was thinking Abra only had teleport in this fight, which didn't really make sense since it's not a wild Abra. But either way, it's kind of just throwing hidden powers out there, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then it's doing a little bit more damage than I was prepared for. And I let go of the speed button because I'm like, wait a second, if this crits, does that mean my starter dies? But Lelouch hangs on with 1 HP. Forget the Empoleon. We weren't even going to get past the Piplup. Absolute insanity. We hold on, and I take the run a lot slower after that. Let's go on to our fight against Barry or our next first encounter. My goodness. Our next first encounter is going to be the Bidoof, and I have never used this Pokemon before, so I don't know. I am intrigued because we implemented so many bans that can count as Pokemon that you can get early on in the run, such as Magikarp and Tentacool, as well as the Staraptor Starly. It's going to make it very interesting, and it's going to kind of force us to use Pokemon that we've never used or would never even consider using. So let's keep it going. On to the next one. For our Ravaged Path encounter, it is going to be the Zubat. Potentially getting a Crobat early on would be absolutely fantastic. So we're going to chuck a couple Pokeballs at this flying bat here and hopefully secure it and add it to the team. All right, so right here we head over to Route 203 for another first encounter, and then honestly, I was just gonna try and fight some more trainers to level up the guys that haven't quite gotten up as high as my other Pokemon, and I didn't realize Barry cuts you off right there, so I am forced into this fight. And I'm going to do something really, really silly here. I am just throwing out Colin, our little Sphinx here, our little Shinx, and I am leering this Starly to death, basically. I am max defense dropping this Starly, and I'm just like, we're going to swap into another Pokemon and one-shot the cute little bird. And that is a great strategy, but as you can see, I don't want to throw out Lelouch the Piplup because then he's just going to answer with Turtwig after I clear. So let me throw out Millie, this tiny little Bidoof, and I'm like, wait a second, Starly, how can Starly eat 2 tackles? I literally just used 6 leers. How is that happening? And it took me like another 30 minutes to realize that Millie or Bidoof's passive is unaware. So that means any stat drops for or against little Bidoof here don't count. So if they growl Bidoof, then the attack doesn't actually drop. He doesn't care. She doesn't care. But that also means if you 6 times drop the defense of the opponent and then use Bidoof, Bidoof can't see that. It doesn't register for Bidoof. So I'm in a very precarious situation now. And we did teach Lelouch Hidden Power, which is actually Ice type, and that is just phenomenal as it can hit Turtwig for super effective. It's basically like we have the Empoleon with Surf and Ice Beam already out the gate. If Bubble can upgrade to like Water Pulse or something, that would be really nice. But we overcome that. We almost lose Bidoof. We almost lose Shinx, but thankfully we make it out without losing anybody. And now we only have a couple first encounters left before the first gym. So let's do that. Our Route 204 encounter is going to be a fateful one as I'm trying to dodge this grass for later when I can come back with like an Ultra Ball or a thing that I can use against this Abra, whether it's an ability or a Stun Spore, something to stop the Abra from teleporting. But unfortunately, I run into the grass, and it is the Abra, and I actually went all in on a Supersonic to potentially hold the Abra there for more than one turn, so I had more chances to throw a Pokeball and secure it, but I failed. I missed the Supersonic, and it teleported away. But as you could see, the other encounter that I could get here was the Krickerot, the little cricket guy that goes to Kricketune. And that probably would have just been in the PC. So honestly, it's okay. I do have trade evolutions on, which is crazy though, because we could have had an Alakazam. So I know there is a route later on, I think after the 3rd gym, where you can catch another Abra. So I really need to prepare for that one so I don't lose 2 Abra encounters in the same run once again. So, but if we do, we do. It's just one of those things. It's really tough. So I think we have 1 or 2 more encounters, and then let's take on that first gym leader. For our Orberg Gate encounter, it is going to be the Geodude. A ground typing is always good to have if you run into any electric types, so we will take that, secure it, and add it to the team. And then for our Route 207 encounter, it is going to be the Machop or Machop. And then our final encounter prior to the first gym is going to be the Onix found in Orberg Mine. He gave me so many issues. I think I totaled about 12 Pokeballs just trying to catch the big rock lizard snake thing that I'm never going to use. So just really ridiculous. But with all of that, let's dive right in and see if we can beat Roark without losing anybody. All right, it is time for that first gym leader battle. Very exciting stuff here. The team is coming together. Really loving the Piplup. I absolutely adore Penguins. It's surprising that I've never used Piplup before. I just really like Chimchar and Turtwig, so it's tough. It is a tough decision to choose starters in this game, I will say. But as far as strategy goes, I think we're going to go with the Bidoof here, since it has access to that Mega Drain. If Lelouch, the Piplup, had a stronger water type move, I think I would go with the Penguin. And if the rock types weren't so physically defensive, I think I would go with Machop. So we're just going to lock in Bidoof. I think that's going to be just fine, but everybody's looking pretty good. And then I do have the Zubat leveled up in the PC for reserve there. Once we get that into a Golbat and a Crobat, we'll be looking very nice. So we have 3 Pokemon we're going to have to get through here. It is Gen 4, so any Pokemon that would normally benefit from Sturdy is going to be off the table, at least because Sturdy doesn't work like that. It only protects from one-hit KO moves until the next generation. So it's very unfortunate for Geodude and Onix here, but that is okay. I do believe Mega Drain is going to one-shot. Ashford drops back, hits Geodude with the Mega Drain. It's going to be 4 times super effective, and it's going to be working with special attack damage, which is not Geodude's strong suit, as its special defense is not great. So that is 1 down, and I do believe that means Onix is going to be coming out next. And then we're going to have that Fossil Dino. That's definitely going to be an issue since our grass-type moves are not going to be super effective, or 4 times, I should say. They're only going to be 2 times super effective. I just always love how Onyx is faster than you think. I mean, it is a snake, so I guess you give it to him. You give that to him, but I mean, he's just so his attack stat is so bad. It really is. I think the meme is like Oddish's physical attack is higher than Onyx, which is just ridiculous. But he is very physically bulky, so you can definitely use him as a wall and do some stall tactics there. But he is a pain in the backside to train, so I definitely feel that. We do get Ashford to level 15 here, and nicknames are up for grabs. Let's see if anyone can guess this anime. This one's a lot more well-known than the last one I did. So I will say the namesake or the main character of the anime that I'm basing these nicknames is hiding right here, as it usually is. But really good stuff, and the fight continues. We have Cranidos, cute little fossil T-Rex here. Probably not a T-Rex, but another kind of dinosaur. And I'm just debating whether I should Stun Spore, lock it down, or just go for the Mega Drains. I think I can two-shot with Mega Drain, so I'm just going to go for that. And it thought we were going to get out of here. I thought we were going to run away from the fight. Now, our physical defense is not great, but thankfully the Mega Drain is going to heal us back. Most of that damage should go away. No problem here. We just want a two-shot. Absolutely. And that is probably outside of potion range for Roark here. So as long as Cranidos doesn't crit a different move. Oh my gosh, that is in potion range. Wow, Roark is like, nope, I'm good. And now if we crit, we actually finish off the little dino here. So let's see here, and oof, almost get him. I don't know if Roark has access to more potions. But if not, that is it. And it goes for Pursuit again. I don't know if it had a stronger move like a rock type or like Rock Throw or something would do a lot of damage with that stab, but it did not. So we tanked the Pursuit, no problem. And Little Badoo comes in for the 1v3 sweep. And that will start our Pokemon Diamond run right here, right now. Really good stuff. Decent first encounters. I feel like the Staraptor ban is really going to add up as the run progresses. The Gyarados ban, we're definitely going to feel that in the Elite Four. Tentacruel is such a staple. Gastrodon is incredible. Bronzong is incredible. And Torterra, we went with the Piplup line. So I feel like those 6 bans are really going to speak volumes with each passing gym battle. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that. But for now, as always, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you on the flip. Peace.